welcome to the Prematch press conference ahead of the All Whites playing Malaysia tomorrow night, Monday at 7 o'clock at North Harbour Stadium. We're joined by All Whites head coach Darren Bazeley and midfielder Marko Stamenić. Marko, how does it feel to be playing at home after a wee while?
Yeah, it's always fantastic being home, seeing new family, seeing new friends, seeing everybody back in our natural environment, and just being part of it, being with the fans and interacting with them. So yeah, we can't wait for tomorrow as well, and looking forward to it.
And Darren, what kind of test are you expecting from Malaysia?
Yeah, I mean it's an international game, so they've come across with a big squad. For them, I know it's an important part of their process. I've listened to what the coach has been saying. We need to put on a performance at home on a good pitch. We haven't played at home for over 18 months now, so it's a great opportunity for us to connect with everybody back here. And the players are well aware, that it's an opportunity for us to play a certain style and to score some goals.
Okay, over to you guys.
Darren took the liberty yesterday. He was pretty, straightforward. But you guys favourites. New Zealand's had a good record against Malaysia historically. That missed out on being part of the 18 teams still in age of qualify. Is there a bit of expectation that you guys can, get one of those rare wins outside Oceania tomorrow night?
Yeah, I mean, like I say, every game brings its different challenges. When you look at our history over the last sort of 2 years, we've done it pretty tough. When you're going away to Greece and away to Sweden, away to US and Mexico and Republic of Ireland, we've played some highly ranked teams along the way, and now we're playing a team that's ranked lower than us, and that brings different challenges. We know we're the favourites, and it's an opportunity for us to be that team rather than the team that's the underranked team.
On Friday in Malaysia, you played what was pretty much strongest 11. Do you foresee yourself making many changes for tomorrow night?
I think, we're sort of going through the process now of just seeing how everybody is after the game and the travel. I'm expecting there'll be changes, but not wholesale changes.
Just on Friday's game,
Yep.
Talk us through the sort of you spent 3.5 days in Vanua. Talk us through the conditions you had there. And, how you found it, I guess just in the context of that, how you assess that performance.
Yeah, I mean, it was challenging. We went there and had a good 3 days getting used to the environment, but it was challenging finding training places for us to train and get some work in. And the pitch was challenging. On the day, we knew we'd come up against a team that wanted to sort of play a certain style, and they did. They dropped into that really deep block and defended, like wholeheartedly and made it tough. But you combine a deep block team that's sort of trying to kill the game a little bit time-wise with a difficult pitch, and it became a challenging game. But I thought when you come out of there away from home with a 3-0 win, the 3 points, I think that was the main take out of it. That the win was the win. We got the points and we got out there pretty quickly and moved on. No injuries, pretty safe. It wasn't exactly the performance that we wanted to put on, but I think, as Marko will probably tell you, it was probably a little bit more difficult to play a certain style of football on the day than we're maybe used to doing.
Last one from me for now. I read in the paper this morning Chris Wood wants to play at the 2030 World Cup. Do you like that sort of ambition when you skip?
Brilliant. I mean, if he's still scoring goals, he plays. So, yeah, that's good to hear. And I think most players would say the same. To be fair, I want to play at that World Cup as well.
Just on what you were saying before, are you expecting that kind of style from the other teams that you play in the World Cup qualifying in November and March? Are you expecting that sort of approach?
I think, potentially, for those teams, they've got to find a way to play against us, and everybody knows the strengths that we have and the players that we have available for us. We're very lucky. I think it'll always depend on what these teams need to get out of the game. Be it the first World Cup qualifier, I know that Tahiti were within our group looking at potentially what goal difference means to them at the end of the 3 games. They're obviously going to have to play Samoa and Vanuatu. So I think there's some elements of, they and I know Samuel, the coach, very well. He's a good coach, and I know he'd said in the press we just don't want to concede a lot of goals because that could come back and hurt us later in the tournament. If they end up drawing with Vanuatu, it could come down to goal difference. As long as we do our jobs in those next 2 games. So, yeah, I think every team potentially will look at how they're going to play against us, and whatever oppositions do, we need to find a way to solve the problem. I think being the next games are at home, the pitch is a little bit different, and I'd like to think that we'll be able to find different ways to unlock teams than maybe we did at the weekend.
And Marko, just a thought from you, just going back a bit, how did you feel about the Olympics scenario and missing out on Paris? How was that for you?
Yeah, it was a difficult time because it was something that I held dear to myself to represent my national team, and not only for them but on the Olympic stage. But it was all a very hazy time where I was going through the transfer and I was unsure of my future. And we had a set plan. Me and Baze were talking how I would be going, and then sudden things changed. I made a transfer, and it's up to the club, says it doesn't fall into a window. So unfortunately I wasn't able to attend the Olympics. But I still watched every game. I still supported them, and I was still in contact with most of them. And I was really proud of them for what they did, what they achieved, and the good games and good performances that they did.
How was life so far in Greece?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, Greece is an amazing country. Life outside of football is definitely one of the best that I've had so far. Lots to do. I have my girlfriend there with me, and I've made some really good friends already. So football-wise, it's been good transition so far. Still adapting to the weather, to the new players, to the new coaches, as normal with any other club. But I think it's been going well so far, and I'm just looking to take step by step to get to my original goal of getting to Nottingham and playing with Woodsy.
Mm. And you're 22, still young, but are you starting to feel like you're one of the leaders in this group, or how do you feel? But more senior, middle guy? How do you sort of see yourself in this team now?
I just see myself like Marko Stamenić. I try to help how I can help to the players, to give my advice of experiences when I was 18 to some of the boys who are now coming through in the national team, and the experiences I had when I was at that age coming through in the national team. But yeah, I can see myself as a leader. I like to give my opinion and help the team as much as I can on and off the field. But yeah, I'm just over the moon to be a part of such an amazing group of players.
Marko, how much of a plan of Forest you got there? Because it seemed like you were pretty much loaned out to sister club Olympiacos before you even arrived there.
Yeah.
Is there a plan in place to sort of get you into that Forest want to see from you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That was the plan. It wasn't a shock to me that I got the loan as soon as I signed for Nottingham. They had made it aware of that as I made the signing. So yeah, they obviously put a project in place for me before signing and predicted that to me, and I was really keen for it. I know Olympiacos is also a major, really big club, big history, and they have big goals for this year, especially with their 100 years anniversary. And I saw that as a big opportunity for me to test myself and hopefully win another double with another club.
Just talk us through Friday from your perspective, as a sort of attacking midfielder. The pitch, the heat, the low block. What do those things do for you as a player who's, I guess, looking to create opportunities? Talk us through what it's like to actually be standing out there in the middle.
Yeah, I think sometimes these games can be frustrating because the opponents sit down so deep from the kickoff, you could say. So a lot of factors play into games like this, and you have to manage the game well, and you have to understand what you need to give for the team. And I think we could have done tenfolds better than what we did. But in the end of the day, we were considering the conditions of the field and the team and all the factors involved. I think we got the job done, and we can be satisfied with our performance.
Darren, I heard you in the post-match talk about how you actually sort of found that second walls were probably the key days because it was creating a bit more unstructured sort of play. So was that something you were trying to actually achieve with your play once you got into the game?
Yeah, I mean, something we've been talking about for a long time, about trying to find ways to score more goals and get the ball and players into more dangerous areas more regularly. So when a team plays that deep and you can't draw them out, and you're on a pitch where maybe you can't move the ball so easily and quickly, then maybe what we found was there was quite a few moments where in that second phase where the defence wasn't so structured, and actually we're a very good team in unstructured play. We've got very good players that can just play in those moments of transition, and that's where a couple of the goals came from as well, where a cross has come in and it maybe wasn't the perfect cross, but it's bounced down and suddenly we're in a better position on the pitch to try and go and score goals. So it's definitely, I think the key was trying to get the ball into as many dangerous areas as possible, as regularly as possible.
North Harbour Stadium, that's the logo that's dear to your heart. Jim was first definitive game you played?
No, I've blocked all that from my memory. But hey, I mean the pitch is magnificent. We went and had a look at it yesterday. It's a carpet. It'll be great for the players to. I think they'll be really pleased to go and see a nice bit of grass today at training, which will be good. And there'll be no complaints about the pitch tomorrow. It'll be perfect to play football on a perfect Auckland evening. So we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, I remember that story. I think it was Sydney FC with Steve Corica, Jim McFlynn, Futele, Mark Ruger. Obviously, you had Danny Neil England next to you and Mike. A lot of people have gone off like the grows and New Zealand football. I mean, just with the A-League starting this weekend, Auckland coming in, just what do you reflect back on as in the A-League? Obviously, you're going to say you're blocked out of your memory.
No.
You've been in this part of the world for 19 seasons of the A-League. What does the A-League sort of mean to you? What does it mean to have
It was great, and when I say blocked out, those were great years. It was difficult times at the Knights at the time. It was a new club in a new league and had its challenges, but the move for me, even my family, moving over from England at the time I did to come and play in the league, with Danny and the guys, was great. And we've never left. My wife's never been back to England since 2005 now. So there was a good couple of years. I think the league's grown. We actually beat Sydney that day at North Harbour in the second season. Yeah, we did. The second season. Yeah. I do remember the wins against Corica, which was good. But no, it's exciting to see Auckland in the league. We've waited a long time to have two teams in the A-League and a team back up in Auckland. Wellington have done a great job. Sort of waving the flag for New Zealand in the league, and now they've got competition. I think that's brilliant for us. You see the amount of players that have come through Wellington over the years and played for our under-17s, under-20s and always, and gone on to sort of be pros around the world. And now potentially we've got two environments for players to develop and move on and become the players they're meant to be. So it's exciting. Looking forward to seeing how they go. The Kiwi Classico should be pretty cool. It's looking forward to it.
I'll block the name Kiwi Classico out of your memory as well.
Just a thought on Chris Wood's ambitions, big ambitions. With someone like him, could you see in a few years that he might be the guy that you bring off the bench in the last 20 minutes? Could he be that kind of guy with his experience and ability? Is that what you can see?
And you're going to tell him that he's not starting? He's scoring goals in the Premier League, so we're very lucky having players, a player like Chris in the team. He's a great leader for us and a role model as well. So the challenge for us is giving him the service that he gets at his club, and all the players are aware of. We've got this player that scores goals at the top level, and we have to try and get the most out of him when he's with us. He's very fortunate playing in the Premier League with Premier League players, and they're very helpful for him getting the ball into certain areas, and that's something that we're really keen to continue to work on. And Woodsy will play as long as he plays, and if he's scoring goals, he'll keep playing until he stops scoring. Then he might have to play centre back.
And Marko, just one thought. You've got a lot of teammates here that are part of the Auckland group. Have you noticed a bit of a buzz about this new team among them? And also, what do you think I know your days of playing here are over, but what do you think about the impact of having a second A-League team here in New Zealand?
Yeah, like Bay said, I think it's amazing for New Zealand football as a whole. You know, Wellington Phoenix have obviously, like Bay said, waved their flag, and I think it's so good for New Zealand that we have two teams now to project how much talent and how much good players we have, and to have the opportunity for some of the players that I know very, very close to be able to represent them and play for them. I'm ecstatic for them and very happy.
Cool, any further questions from anybody? Cool, in that case we'll leave it there. Cheers, Bays, cheers, Marko, and cheers, Rich.